4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Sentinels of Columbus. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Columbus Ball Club entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 3rd and 4. Off of play action, it's Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back in the 24. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Godwin. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Quick throw completed by Watson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. You look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their time.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 10.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Bass. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Holding offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now an option play on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On first down, Godwin. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on a skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
To throw is Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bass. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Bass. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. That's taken it around the 40. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Watson now to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Watson looks to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. Godwin. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Watson off play action. And this is going to be intercepted.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Bass. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Bass. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 49-yard line.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And that will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bass. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st down, Bass. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start.
They'll run on 1st down. Godwin, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A gain of 7, and the Vikings 1st down.
On 1st down, Godwin. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sand. And that'll bring up 3rd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Now it's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Over the middle, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Hartman. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you in the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Ravens able to avoid an 0-4 start as they pick up that critical first victory of the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Bengals locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Hartman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first down. Hartman escaping the pressure right. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man-coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Hartman. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Sentinels have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Watson now to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's fielded at the 34. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently second in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. Hartman looking deep for Elliott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
He's got room to roam. Touchdown! A big play there. 45 yards. And the Sentinels add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Looking to throw. Hartman. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Hartman. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hartman. That one complete to Elliott. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. Hartman. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Second and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Hartman. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Hartman. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Off of play action, it's Watson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Watson. And incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
A little juke. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up third and 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Columbus, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Hartman.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Hartman. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now in the afternoon. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again.
And it'll be intercepted. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Vikings first down.
To throw is Watson.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On second down, here's Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Watson now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
He's going to let it go again. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Hartman. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hartman. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
After the costly interception late, good job by him to keep it himself that time. Just tuck it, run it, and scramble for the marker. Don't give the coverage another chance at taking it away from you.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. 2nd and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Columbus, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.